The 16th annual Cattle Barons Ball is coming up on Saturday, September 14th. Joining us now is the Cattle Barons Ball Committee Auction Co-Chair and childhood cancer survivor, Kristin McMurray. It is so good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for having me.
So let's get to the Cattle Barons Ball.
Yes.
Being a committee member, co-auction chair, that's a big task. So tell us what's happening this year.
It's very exciting. I feel like this year we kind of reinvented Cattle Barons. So if it's $1 million event, that's how we want to present. So being on the auction itself, we have so many exciting packages for the live auction and silent auction. We just finished putting those together last night, and so many that I'm excited to bid on them myself that evening.
Wow.
So I know, I bet you
yes.
were like, okay, I'm going to bid on that and that.
And I'll take that, and that, yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
so-
exciting.
And this year's Cattle Barons Ball, you know, shines a light on childhood cancer.
Yes.
Having been a survivor,
Yeah.
Do you mind telling us a little bit about your journey, your story?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was diagnosed when I was 18 years old, just right after high school. I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. So I had a mass about the size of a grapefruit in my chest. I had 0 symptoms, so not to scare anybody, but just kind of being your own advocate. I had, an all-star medical team here in Springfield. I was treated at Mercy. I underwent chemo and radiation, so it's been quite a journey.
How long was that journey from when you detected it to being, cancer-free?
I would say I was in treatment for about 2 years, and then when it was safe enough, they went in and did a sternotomy. So they took out the majority of the mass in my chest. So even though treatment ends, it's gonna still be a part of my story for forever.
Yeah.
So I think that that's something that I've learned. Just initially you go in for things to save your life. You don't really ask those questions about what long-term is gonna be like, but it's a big part of my story, but it doesn't define me.
Absolutely.
Also, can I ask, how did you find it, or how did you know something was off with your body?
Yeah, it was pretty quick actually. I enjoy to run, and I came home from a run one night, about an hour when I was done, and I just couldn't catch my breath. I felt like I was still sprinting. At that point, my dad is in the medical field, so they really just thought I had a blood clot in my lung. Being 18, I thought, oh, that's fine. That is no big deal.
Yeah.
We went to the emergency room, and just a quick x-ray, they discovered that large mass. From there, I was just admitted to the hospital, and they were pretty aggressive to get treatment started right away.
Wow. So what does the future hold for you? You said it's part of your story, always will be.
Yeah.
So do you go for annual checkups? What are the steps afterwards?
Yeah. So it's still part of my daily life, from really looking at all the scars in my body to the medication that I still take. I have quite a few specialists that I see multiple times a year, as well as my oncology team. And I do get scans twice a year still. So just managing it.
Staying on top of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's what I feel like, early detection from this point forward if it were to come back.
Yeah.
And besides those amazing auction items that we have for the Cattle Barons Ball, what else are you super excited for the event happening September 14th?
I think it's going to be in a new venue. So a whole new layout. Our chairs, Mary this year, that she's wonderful. As well as just our entire committee of everybody from decorations to entertainment. There's just so many exciting things. So if you haven't been, this will be the year to check it out. If you have been, come give us another shot, and you won't want to miss it.
Now, when are we allowed to talk about these auction items?
They're going to go live. We have an app called GiveSmart, which everything is going to be loaded on, so you can preview the items ahead of time. We have one of our local photographers that is going to be capturing all those images soon, so you can see kind of all those teasers coming up. Also in our social media, so Cattle Barons Southwest Missouri is a great place to check those out as well.
So what would you say to a parent to, if something happens, it's very, we've met some ambassadors who are children who have survived.
Yes.
It's a scary situation to hear the C word.
Yes.
And when you're in that situation, what would you say to parents who are going through it, or maybe need some detection, maybe need to go and get checked up? What would you say to those parents?
Yeah. I had a really supportive family. I still do. And I would just say that they were a wonderful advocate for me as well. So when things didn't feel right going through treatment, they always listened. And then just a parent's perspective decided when it was time to go in for treatment. For advice for anybody newly diagnosed, I would say the best thing is not to give advice to anybody, but just have a open ear. Just listen to them, because everybody's journey is different. So that's kind of how I feel for myself too, that I hate to give any advice because it's a scary thing. And if you jump ahead, you can scare somebody too much, and that's never what you want to do. You just want to be there to support and help them get through it.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that, because like you said, you don't want to scare people, you don't want to jump to conclusions, but literally just hearing people out can be so much more powerful than anything else you can offer.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you have a lot of people that, heard your story and you were just able to kind of be like sounding board, just like, I need to talk?
Yeah, definitely. I would say, being 18, my childhood best friend, that she's still in my life, that she was there to always listen, as well as my parents as well. And I did have a great medical team, so they never made me feel like a bother. If there was a small question, there was always a line to call. Treatment did get really hard being 2 years in, at the point that you don't really want to fight anymore. And for me, there were resources that were offered through the American Cancer Society. There was a helpline and there was a chat room back in the day. So that was really great when I was at my lowest point, and you just need somebody who can relate to you and know what it feels like. And that was a resource that I reached out to as well.
And that's why we're doing this, guys. That's why the Cattle Barons Ball is raising money. We're helping people, we're helping families, just like Kristin. So how can people get tickets to the event? Maybe make a donation, take advantage of all the great auction items, everything that's coming up September.
Yeah, we still have a lot of things available to be involved in. You can volunteer. You can buy a table at the event. You can just have an individual ticket, donate, or auction items, and that's going to be all through our website, Cattle Barons Southwest Missouri.
Check out the website, guys. We're going to be there decked out. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I can't wait to
so
see you guys
candid.
there.
I know, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be really fun.
See, that's the thing. It's a great, fun night, positive night to raise money for a serious situation. And we're going to get a lot of money this year to help so many people. So thank you so much. Thanks for sharing your story.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
All right, you guys, lots more fun to come on the second hour of Ozarks Fox AM after this. Don't go anywhere.